So, Donald, tell me a little bit about this GOAT Act that you tried to push through before your term ended. I've heard rumors about it, people talking, that kind of thing, but nobody seems to have a consensus on what that bill would have contained.
Oh, it was going to be glorious, Joe, I'm telling you. It was hands down the greatest idea any president has ever had, maybe ever. I was going to distribute free goats to every American citizen.
Goats? Like the animal? Why the fuck?
Yes, Joe. The animal, they were constantly on my ass about lowering emissions. So I thought, what's a good way to save fuel? From there, I thought, what uses a ton of fuel? And the conclusion I came to, the unparalleled mind that I am, is lawnmowers. People burn through gas mowing their lawn, and if they had a goat, they wouldn't need to. It would have dropped emissions by 10%.
A single goat? What about people who have a ton of land? Shit, a single goat wouldn't put a dent in the fields behind my summer home. I'd need way more goats, maybe even 20 goats.
Joe, my brother in Christ, you would be surprised. One goat can graze an entire acre of land, sometimes two if it's a large goat. But to answer your question, the GOAT Act had an equation for just that situation. They would receive one goat per every acre of land they owned.
Man, I'm sorry, but that's stupid. What if somebody doesn't have the time to take care of a damn goat? That's a lot of responsibility you're putting on someone without their permission. You can't just thrust a fucking goat on someone who doesn't want one.
Are you fucking retarded, Joe? You don't take care of a goat, they take care of themselves. Like a cat, they're self-sustaining. They eat the grass, they take a shit which fertilizes the grass, then they eat the grass again. If they get dirty, you might have to spray them down with a hose or something, but that's still faster than mowing the lawn.
Wait. Now you're telling me I gotta wash my fucking goat? Come on, man. I don't have time for that, and I doubt some middle-class, blue-collar motherfucker working 2 jobs does either.
Jesus Christ, Joe, I didn't say you have to wash the goat because the word wash implies the use of soap. All I said you gotta do is spray it with a hose. That's not washing. If Don Jr. sprayed my car down with a hose and said he washed it, I'd bend him over my knee and beat his ass so fucking hard it'd split an atom in his ass crack and nuke the entire eastern seaboard.
But what about people who don't own land? What about city dwellers who live in a postage stamp apartment? Do they get a goat too? They wouldn't even need the fucking thing. They don't have any grass to mow. It'd just eat their goddamn couch and rip up their pillows or something like a weird-looking dog with Down syndrome.
If the apartment complex took up an acre or more in total, then yes, each resident would get a goat.
Why in the unholy fuck would you do that? You want everyone's apartment smelling like barn animals and shit?
City dwellers are animals, Joe. It'd be fitting if their shitty little apartments smelled the part.
Don't you live in the city? Wouldn't that make you an animal too?
Oh, I'm an animal, all right, Joe. I'm a fucking lion. I eat my enemies for breakfast. I fuck my women with no mercy, and I give goats to every God-blessed American I possibly can.
Okay, what if someone's government-mandated goat dies? What happens then?
Then it would be replaced faster than Bill Clinton came inside Monica Lewinsky. You don't understand the fucking scope of this, Joe. I have an incomprehensible number of goats in a massive underground breeding dungeon that I had added onto my basement. They're popping out babies at a rate the likes of which no goat farming operation has ever produced. In the history of goat farmers, I am without a doubt the greatest goat farmer that has ever lived, and likely the greatest that ever will live.
Let me get this straight. You have a sex dungeon for goats in your basement? Did I just hear that right?
Yes, Joe, you did. And let me tell you, it's not easy. The noise is absurd. I mean, you can't even hear yourself think over all the goats. I haven't slept in nearly a week. If I wasn't so high energy, I'd be dead by now.
So why not go somewhere else to sleep? I don't understand.
Jesus fucking Christ, Joe, use your goddamned head. If I left, who would feed the fucking goats?
Just fucking hire someone to feed them for you.
No fucking way. This project is way too precious to me. I wouldn't trust anyone else to oversee my goat farm.
Well, why not feed them before bed and then leave to go somewhere more quiet?
You really are a stupid motherfucker. You know that, Joe? Why not feed them before bed and then go somewhere else? What if someone shows up in the middle of the night to steal my fucking goats? What then, Joe?
Why the fuck would anyone want to steal your goddamn goats, Donald? Nobody needs that many goats.
Well, they stole the election. Why wouldn't they steal my goddamn goats too?
Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go with this shit again.